found it funny because they put by using certain verbiage, it's kind of open ended. When they put in quotations, low energy content creators, that's a, I mean, that's a, how do you define that? And whose purview is it?
Right.
You
Right.
understand?
But Chat GPT will tell you exactly what YouTube think of your channel. Yep.
But if you're
Kenzo,
taking,
salute.
Hey,
it's
salute
my
everybody.
opinion, Mr. Kenzo, salute, sir.
Crook, Auntie, B, salute everybody.
Hey, Dirty.
It's the way I'm looking at it, Aunt Macbeck, is that if you have to refer to an automated system, whether it's artificially intelligent or not, if you have to refer to that, you are no longer a content creator. You're not creating. You're falling between the lines. You
Or,
That's
understand what I'm saying?
or,
exactly my
or,
point.
or you can take that information and revamp yourself. So
I
let's
And
say,
think that,
say
that's
I'm
what I
sorry.
find problematic. Right. Go
let's
ahead.
say,
Sorry.
let's say they say you are low energy content creator, right? So all you got to do now is ask yourself, what about your channel that you're doing wrong that they don't want to push your channel? And go fix it. And one of the things can be that you're a cyberbully. And, and people might not really know that they're doing that. They might not be aware of it.
Right. Prego,
I
salute.
So I'm not saying
Yo,
that you
salute.
to use that to no, if you
too
use
well soon.
that to fix yourself as a
What's
tool,
good, Crook? What's good,
what
Armaker?
how you doing, King? To correct
Salute, brother.
whatever it is that you're doing wrong as a content creator.
I
Once you
think it's a
publish,
counter, Auntie. I think this is a bit of a counter. If you see here on YouTube, people are now making full, like, let's say, movie trailers, for instance, or life of this celebrity, so to speak. And the entire thing is AI, and they're manufacturing the pictures, the voice. So, in that instance, is that necessarily fair use? Because,
no,
fair use falls into what we add to anybody's content. If I took B's video after he finishes and I do if I just watch it, we're watching lawsuits happen on YouTube right now to some really big YouTubers over that, because they're saying it's a reaction, but they're just staring at the screen for 45 minutes, not pausing, not change. You have to manipulate the content. And that's what I think it comes down to. When you're using AI, are you necessarily manipulating it? It's kind of the same as, them doing your homework.
yeah, yeah, but you can also it also tells you that like if you those faceless um pages, right? That's
Mm,
using AI and they using the same photo. See, those pages are going to be taken away.
exactly. I
Now,
think it comes
how
down to
you
Oh,
if you
can
use it as a tool.
listen,
wait a minute.
how you can fix that is you create an avatar, walking, talking, movement avatar of you and use your voice.
Mm,
And
good
that's how
idea.
you bypass that
Very good idea.
because now it's your content because the avatar is you and the voice is yours. You're just using the avatar, your avatar of yourself to speak the words or or whatever it is you wanted to say. Just clone your voice.
That's a very
Hold on, bro.
forward way of thinking of it. Some other people might be grasping at straws or scrambling at this news, and I like how you thought a little more forward with it.
Well, you know,
Hold
I've
on.
been researching on how
Mm-hmm.
to work and bypass and prompts and with the AI. I've been learning the AI, like how it works. what makes it, what word verbiage to use, stuff. I've been researching that.
Rich Martinez.
So that's how I learned from
Mm.
these little research classes I've been watching and reading about. It tells you all you have to do is get the AI, and you can take a picture yourself. You can tell the AI to reference the avatar to this photo, and it will clone you, and then you use your voice.
And your content could provide that, I imagine. Just
Yeah.
a good 20, 30 videos, and it should be able to develop the
Yeah.
language.
And you can also tell it to put it in bilingual.
Well,
Wow.
y'all having a real creator.
See what I did once I found out it has to be your content. Like you have to create it, but you can use the AI. What I did was I went into the newspaper article of what happened to me, and then I told the the AI to help me write a bio on what happened to me. But I wanted it strong, powerful, and uplifting. So it gave me several different ones, printed it out, and then I just read them, and then I just rewrote them. And then I put it into, like, when I turned it into the song, then I just put those same exact what I came up, me and the AI came up with together. I put it in there for the song, and then that's how I create the song. But all of the songs, everything I'm doing now is stemming from my story, my truth, and my boss foundation that I'm starting, which the BOSS stands for Born Out of Survival and Scars. That's what it stands for.
I like that.
So as long as I continue to use my story, even if I take it and twist it a different ways, even if I take it and make a mini non-fictional story, I can do that because it's my story. So it would be my content, it would be my life, and it would be my creation. Even though the AI might have generated pictures for it, like the logos and the banners and stuff like that. Which is basically the same thing that the people when you print stuff on your shirt.
For sure.
But there's litigation going on right now as it applies to intellectual property and the use of AI, and even as a content creator and the utilization of AI generated images. Those two are not yours.
But once I took my picture and told the AI to use that photo, it became mine.
No.
Because it's my face.
No.
I
Even the moment, hold on, Macbeth. The moment you use a tool that you do not own to render an image, even if it's your image, if that tool renders your image outside of your true self, you no longer have ownership of that. That's what okay. Prior to while there was a period of time in which basically the world slowed down globally. That's the fight that Hollywood went through. And the unions in Hollywood got together and it was a big lawsuit, and the actors and actresses, they didn't work, movie production stopped, all of that. That's where that fight took place first. The fight is now coming to platform content creators in the utilization of those tools. That's why I'm saying everyone, multiple things are happening at once right now with what they're doing coming the 15th. And this is coming down from Google. It's not just YouTube. So the moment you utilize a tool you do not own, any platform, doesn't matter what it is, if you are even chat gpt, if you are advised using that platform, that is not your IP.
That is the chat GPT is just like using a encyclopedia, the thesaurus, and a dictionary. It's the same. It's just like using that.
I know.
You don't
And
take word. No, let me finish.
no,
You
yes,
don't
ma'am.
take. Let me finish. You don't take what it gave. You use that as a reference, and then you sit down and you come up with your own. It's a reference. It's not for you to copy and paste. It's not for that. It's for you to get a reference, for you to get some ideas, so you can get some thoughts and start doing you a rough draft. That's what it's for.
Okay, now
That's what it should,
everything.
look, let me say this. That's what it should be used for.
Okay, now
Well, country school.
everything that you just described is the equivalent of writing a research paper or doing research.
Just
And
like Google. So
yeah,
Google is the
and so
AI.
hold on. Anytime that you are doing that, you must cite your source. You must cite your sources.
Yeah, that's
That's
but, yeah,
law.
but
That's not
if
even.
I listen, if I go on Google, right, and I get the information from Google, right, and I use the Google information as a reference, what's the difference?
Have you cited your source?
I'm asking you, don't ask a question with the question, because the source, chat GPT is a source. Google is a
Chat
source, right?
ChatGPT can think for itself, Auntie. Google's getting there. Google's getting there, but it's not supposed to. It's supposed to just give
Right,
you relevant
but
links.
you can ask Google a question, right? And it gives you the answer, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's exactly what the chat GPT do.
And
It's
so
saying,
when you and that's my point. When you're utilizing that answer, you have to cite the source.
I get it, but my question is, what's the difference between me getting the information for the rough draft, right? The
Right,
information from Google. What's the
right.
difference if I get it from Google or if I get it from the chat GPT? What's the difference?
Okay. Okay. Let me explain to you. So, for example, and this is still going on in colleges and universities to this day. You cannot. Some have allowed it, but you cannot use Wikipedia, for example. You for the longest time for most colleges and universities, they will not allow you to utilize Wikipedia. Even when you go to Wikipedia, when you scroll down to the bottom of the page, whoever input the information, they cite their sources. So what universities and colleges were making students do is if you utilize Wikipedia for any information, you would have to go to the source of where they sourced that information from, basically going back to the original. If it was a book,
And
if it was a study,
that would
right.
be called research, right?
Right. That's what they're making you do as a content creator in the utilization of of any AI
Yeah,
tool, whether it's
but
Chat GPT or anything
I
else.
agree. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I asked the question that I asked. I'm agreeing with you. You're supposed to know where you got when you did your resource, where the source came from, where this came from, where this info. You're supposed to know that. That's
Right.
part of research.
And so when you utilize these tools, what I'm saying is it's currently being argued as to who that content belongs to. Because the content creator is saying, this is my content, it's my idea, it's my intellectual property. And because you're using any tool, they're saying it's not yours.